Hey, it's Kyle from Books and Boards. It is September 6th, Saturday, September 6th. This is day 20 of my 100 days of video challenge. Um, Today I'm just going to kind of go over some of our shipping supplies. Um, I just kind of got I finished up some listings this morning, and then spent some time with the family because it's Saturday. And then we actually had dinner with my parents, who my dad, as I've mentioned, it's my dad, my wife, and I who kind of work for this business. So once or twice a year, we try to have a dinner. We try to go out and just connect a little bit outside of the business environment. And I get to hang out. We get to go out and have dinner with my parents, so it's kind of nice. So that's what we did tonight. As far as today, like I said, I'm going to go over our shipping supplies. Now, this is just the shipping supplies. Obviously, we have other supplies that we use for bagging and completing the games and stuff like that. So this is going to be just the shipping supplies. So here we go. All right. First thing is the 14 by 20 bubble mailers. For several years, all I used were boxes. I did everything priority mail, and I used the post office boxes to ship all the games out. At the time, I was also doing books, so I would box all the books up, ship them out that way, because I just wanted them super protected and safe in the shipping process. However, boxes take a long time to ship, and I mean, I had it down to about 2.5 minutes per box. But when you're trying to do 20 a day, it really starts to add up. So once I switched to bubble mailers, I realized that I could get that down to a fraction of the amount of time, because it's literally you just slide it in, seal it, print off the label, and you're good to go. And really, the biggest fear, obviously, is damage during shipping. But honestly, we have found that it's been I don't even know if it's been more than a handful of times where the bubble mailer has not sufficed for the shipping process. Like I said, we use the 14 by 20. This is the one we use for most of our games. It takes care of the standard board game shape. Then we have the smaller eBay one. This is like it's like 10 by 14, I think. This is what I use for the eBay store coupon, for the supplies coupon. And then we have a couple smaller ones that we use. We've got these two, which are primarily used for the game pieces and things like that. I think this is 6 by 10. Nope, 7 by 10. And this is it's a 5 by 8. So 7 by 10, 5 by 8. Almost all the game pieces go in this 5 by 10, or yeah, 5 by 10. Excuse me, 5 by 8. And then sometimes some of the bigger ones have to go in this one. But we buy this in boxes from Amazon. Let's see what else. We also have, so some of our games are obviously bigger than this, and that's when we go to the poly mailers. Anything that has to go in the poly mailer, we first bubble wrap. So essentially we're making our own bubble mailer, but it's for the stuff that is bigger. This is for typically the bigger board games. And we even have a size bigger than this that we use, and those are the ones if we have a multi-quantity order, where they purchase 3, 4, 5 games. Sometimes when it gets to be more than that, we will put it in a box. But if it's just like 3 or 4, we will use a large poly mailer with the bubble wrap. And again, I was a little leery of using bubble wrap with poly mailers for larger boxes or for larger orders instead of just a box. But it actually hasn't, we haven't had any issues. We've actually had positive feedback saying that our shipping is really great. We really have not had many issues compared to the amount of time that we're saving by not using boxes very often. What else? Let's see, we just recently started this. We're doing an insert and a sticker. All of our games are getting this sticker. It's basically to let people know that we also sell game pieces. And then this one, Amazon is a little bit different than eBay. Amazon, people don't tend to reach out when they have issues. So we really wanted, they would just start a return or they would leave bad feedback without ever contacting us. So we've been putting this sticker on for about the past month or so to try to encourage people to reach out to us if they have any issues, because we do have so many game pieces. We can usually, if there's an issue with a game, whether if we miss something where it's missing a piece or an electronic unit is not working properly, 99% of the time we can replace it. So we are trying to encourage people to reach out to us so that we can send a replacement out instead of getting a negative feedback from someone who has not bothered to reach out to us. Let's see, what else we got? We got the scale, just a standard scale from Amazon. I use a Dymo for the shipping labels, and I know a lot of people don't like Dymos. I've been using Dymo for my entire time reselling. I also used them in my previous job before I started doing this. So I've probably been using Dymo labels for about 15 years plus now, and I never understand why people don't like them, because I've had this for a long time and it has not given me any issues. Anytime there's a problem, it's literally just unplug it, plug it back in. It takes care of 95% of the problems. I've got like 3 Dymos, and I've had them since I started doing this, so no issues there. What else do we use? Standard shipping. I mean, we use a tape measure. We use a sewing mat as our kind of our location to or bag everything up. What else? We also keep a lot of random box fragments on hand. Sometimes when we're doing game pieces and it's a large plastic game piece, we'll give it a little extra before we put it in the bubble mailer. We'll just kind of fold some cardboard around it. Nothing too crazy there. And if we do end up using a box, I used to spend a lot of money buying boxes, and I'm so glad we don't do that anymore. If we need a box, we just save Amazon boxes, because we get all these supplies except for the eBay, but we get most of our supplies from Amazon, and then obviously we buy personal stuff from Amazon. So we just save those boxes, and those are the ones that we use if we need a box. So that's nice to not have to buy boxes anymore. I think that's pretty much it. Obviously there's tape, and then the typical office supply stuff. I don't think there's anything crazy here. Yeah, that's how we do it. This is our shipping setup. We do all of our shipping right here. 20 orders a day, roughly. And it's been working pretty well for us. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, leave something down below. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.